Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. Welcome to Kansas Speedway here for the Four Corners Racing League. I almost said Ghost Cup Series for some odd reason. Going to pull up the qualifying results that they have just gotten done with that. So first is David Childhouse, second, Roberto Ramirez, third, Zach Lindgren, fourth, Aiden Kirker, fifth, J.R. Houston, sixth, Walker Thomas, seventh, Brian Jones, eighth, Michael Dorsey, ninth, James McKee, 10th, Brendan Kohler, 11th, Jared Wishin, 12th, Jordan Weaver, 13th, Brad Peters, 14th, Caden Henry Oaks, 15th, Calvin Allison, 16th, Marcus Adams, 17th, Kyle Smalley, 18th, Chris Worrell, 19th, Michael Anthony, 20th, Nathan Yarnell, and 21st is Josh Duke here today. Drivers are currently sitting on the grid. See if we can get some people here to look at. Not really. That's also a very quiet track. So let me actually boost this up a lot more than what it should. May have to go down when it goes on that. I'm going to kind of pull up some race info here. So this track is really who's going to get up next to the wall. iRacing does kind of simulate this to a point, but really some guys, it's going to be whoever wants to go up there is going to be the guy who probably wins the race here. I believe last time we were here we saw a fuel mileage win, I think. Let's see, when did they run Kansas? No, it wasn't. It may have been that it was. I think it was Chicagoland that we saw that. Yeah, I believe it was Chicagoland that we saw it happen at. But we're still waiting for everybody to grid here, so as they've just done that now. So pull up that on the left side. Going to load my trading paints so we can get a better view of these paints if they have changed, because some paints won't change correctly. All go rolling off here. As yes, this is a very quiet track. I found that out now, and I'm way over boosted on this. Let me back that down and not destroy y'all's eardrum. The cars will go white and they'll pop a different color. Load in the paint scheme. You might see it like load 3 times because it's sorting through the files that aren't supposed to be there. Like this is not correct at all. That is not supposed to look like that. But again, some of these guys don't even have paint schemes, so it won't hurt. But I do try to get their paint schemes refreshed correctly. It says all files are up to date. Evidently they are not. But I'll keep giving these as periodic refreshes just to see if I can get their paints to load correctly, because they should be loading correctly. Sometimes they won't, though. You may see him be fixed here, but pace car will pull it in. David Childhouse will lead them to green. Starter has a flag in his hand. As green flag is in the air, we are underway here. We got somebody around. I believe that's Roberto Ramirez. I think that is, and he's going to save it. Worrell almost loops it around, too. He saves it. Good Lord, I don't know what happened back there in the pack. These guys are about running over each other. As we now see, yeah, these paints magically just decide to load in here now. Parker, third. Childhouse does lose the lead to Zach Lindgren, but might not last too long here. He is starting to gain back a little bit of time on him. Guys already hopping up to that top line. They're running above that first, or that dotted white line up there. Let's just say that much. See them kind of right there. We're just right above the. As soon as we're putting their left sides on it. Some guys were way up on it. But cars like to get loose up on the highline, so you got to be careful with it. I think I struggle with is having a loose car. I can't drive it. Back here, these guys were going at it. Also, look at Caden Henry Oaks' new paint scheme that has Jujutsu Kaisen on the side of it and Crunchyroll on the hood. To tell him if he runs a 0-2 paint scheme, I'll pay him 20 bucks. And that is not a joke either if you were watching this, Caden. The 05 is running a, looks like breast cancer paint scheme there with the pink all over it. Or he just likes it, but I mean, you see that with breast cancer awareness. Roberto's already trying to, or he's already kind of closed up on Aiden Kirker. He's lost 2 positions where he started, so he started second, back to 4th. Not a bad thing. He is getting deep in that corner. I don't see him getting loose yet. He's not shaking coming off the corner. He's going to try to get to the bottom here on Kirker. I think he does have room if he wants to pull a slide job because he could have settled on in there. He's going to try to wash up. Kirker's going to get the run, though. On the outside, it looks like JR is going to fall through. Last week's winner, Kyle Smalley, he's all the way back here in 18th. In this league, kind of weird. The winner is not able to qualify for the next race. They have to start in the back pretty much. Just kind of a weird rule. I don't hate it, but it's kind of odd at the same time, too. They thought about getting rid of it for the playoffs, but they decided to keep it. Somebody's ripping the water on. I think that might be my sound. But Parker, he's actually up on Shothouse's bumper. Shothouse just, I think he bobbled there just a little bit. I saw his car kind of wiggle there at the last second. Really, when that happens, that means the guys just have it step on him for just a little bit, and then they have to go over there and catch it again. It's just not a good feeling to deal with. Kirker's running a little bit lower. He's also kind of getting up in the middle of the corner, so it's probably using that right front. And honestly, actually tightening him up at the same time, too, if he is loose. Don't drink Gatorade in the middle of commentating. Oh my gosh, I about died over here. Kirker looked at Shothouse, realized that he really can't do anything, so he just decided to back off of him there. Kirker's going to go to the bottom again. He's definitely sending it in on Shothouse. Not really crowding him either, so he's going to give him room that he needs to run up to the track. Not going to really pinch him on entry either. He can honestly enter a little bit higher, pinch Shothouse off just a tad. Kirker, if he doesn't get to the spot, he may lose about 2 positions here, and I think he will. Might lose 3. I believe I may have been saying the wrong name. I just completely zoned out just watching the race. Kirker, I wasn't saying Aiden Kirker. That's completely my fault. Kirker, he only loses 2, but that could have been way worse because he tried to pass Shothouse like that and it just wasn't working. And he kept trying, and yeah, it just didn't work for him at all. Kirker's gonna go down the bottom. Looks like somebody must have bobbled coming off that corner with everybody else kind of scattering over there. Kind of, yeah, we got variations all over the track. You got some guys wrapping the bottom, some guys like to turn the top. It really just depends on how their car feels and how they think it's going to feel after they run for so long in one area. Everybody's on the bottom there. Looks like in the back we got guys that are more, like they just want to stay on the bottom. I don't know if Yarnell got hit. I don't think he did. Seeing why he's back here so far. Again, it's early on. I mean, it's 14 laps to 140 lap race. He doesn't have anything to worry about. But these guys are kind of getting a little bit stacked up behind Childhouse. Because Childhouse, he lost second to Kirker. Actually, finally, didn't realize that he lost it to him. And then these guys have caught him also, so they might have been running a different line. You run that high line, high line is a very fine line of wrecking and not wrecking. That's why I don't like to run it, because you're so loose most of the time up there. For me, it was never worth having to deal with the car and having to kind of pedal it every now and then. I thought JR was going to wash up and smack the wall there. He went up there so fast. Very lucky that he didn't, because that was going to end up pretty bad for him if he did keep going up. Oh, JR is going to cut it close. I think he's trying to tighten his car up with those entries that he's using. It's going to end up bad for him one time. I think he's going to get up there too late. He's going to get his right rear hooked and just sent in the wall, because he is coming close to it as Shouthouse gets in the wall there behind him. Kohler does everything he can not to run him over. And that's literally what I was just talking about. Guys just starting to bobble everywhere. Oh my gosh, Allison. Oh my lord, that is a Kyle Larson line this man's running. I'll do it again. If he does this again, that's going to be amazing. Gosh, that was probably the prettiest line. And Kohler's gone. Oh gosh, where is Kohler? There he is. That can end up really bad for some of these guys. I notice it's always Brendan who's blinking a lot of the time too. So you're 3 wide back here around James McKee as they now abandon that. Yeah, the one thing too, getting in the wall here it's not uncommon. Luckily with these next gens, you can actually hit the wall just a little bit. You're not, keep in mind, these guys aren't just like smacking it; they're just kind of nipping it. When in the old gens, you get a rock thrown at it and your race is over, and I can stand that with them. These can actually take a little bit of damage now, like the other ones. Back here is really just, this is all the action though. It's just in this one spot. It's kind of in like this big pack. Then we have like a semi-small pack here that really isn't in touch. I mean, but these guys up here are all running almost completely different lanes. As looks like Jones gets into it also. It's going to give Kohler a run. Kohler is going to decide to take that down to the inside of him. Thought about it, and I think Roberto just smacked the wall there. Yes, he did. As Jones in the wall again, Ross Chastain. As Kohler's trying to clear him, he doesn't want to get that side draft cut off there. He's going to get far away from Jones. Honestly, he can just sail it in this corner and just kind of park it right in front of him if he wanted to. As he will be able to get that position, but Jones is going to come with a big run. What Jones tries to do. Kohler is trying to semi-block. He doesn't move down, so let's just say, hey, I'm going to kind of mirror drive there just a little bit just to keep you behind me. I have no issue with that because he wasn't doing what Bowman was doing to Suarez at Darlington, which is probably one of the dumbest blocks I've ever saw in a while. Oh my gosh, Roberto. And he's going to go sideways through the grass. I don't know what's happening to him. Cuts up, but how are they not wrecking? Oh my gosh. Does he have a screen, or is he might have a black screen. Yeah, Roberto is not here. Now he's back. That is a black screen right there. Yeah, I guarantee you that is a black screen that he just had. We're going to go back and watch that, though, because I'm pretty sure we'll see his wheel. So what I mean by black screen is all the screens will cut off for a driver. It's very rare that that happens, unless they just have like a wrong setting somewhere on their PC that they're using. But he was acting like he had a black screen. Right there, he has a screen, has one. And still has one there. Still has one there. And I think he loses it, I think, up here. Because this is not normal right here. Now, he may be slowing down at the same time, but look at how far he keeps it up on the wall. I mean, he slows way down, too. He goes down multiple gears. Then pulls it off the wall. He pulls it off the wall in a really fast motion, so I'm thinking he lost his screens there for a little bit, but he is way back now. I mean, more than 10 seconds behind. He really wasn't in that bad of a spot. Now he is. But McKean and this 99 are about to wear each other out. Michael Dorsey has been on his bumper for probably about the last 5 laps that I've saw. They just will not leave each other alone either. Thought that was Roberto there for a minute. I think Roberto and JR are in similar paint scheme. I think they are. Similar color paint scheme. That's why I got a little bit confused there. But Kohler is going to try to get this pass on Shothouse done. I don't know if Shothouse is just loose or something. He's not driving like he normally does. It is early on, so we don't have to really. He doesn't have to start booking it either. But these guys are just all over each other. I don't know if this is not a draft-heavy track. I think either. At their spoilers. Yeah, they don't have a tall spoiler, so it's not draft heavy. I'm still amazed that they're kind of running as close as they are. I'm going to say, see a little bit of kind of cutting. iRacing had an update, so they very well could have messed up something with it. But I don't know if they did or not. That's obviously at the same time. As these guys are 30 laps into the race, we will take our first side-by-side commercial break here, so y'all will not be missing anything.
those simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. As we are back live here, I think the sun has gone down, and I think 3 and 4, because I was looking at it, it was pretty overcast. Let's see if I'm not seeing something. It looks like it's gotten a little bit darker down the back. Yeah, it's definitely gotten darker down the back stretch now. It's not as bright as it once was. But Walker is catching Lindgren here. Lindgren might have hit the wall. Look how he's trying to yank that car around. Not completely sure. Kind of a odd movement from him. Not sure what their fuel run is. I've had to guess it might be like a 50, 50, 50 possibly. But if they go to 70, then that means they can split this race into one pit stop only. They won't have to come down pit road twice. So they are 3 wide behind this. That is James McKee. And this 99 has not left him alone. And you see Kyle Smalley has worked his way up here. But some guys able to make their way through the pack. Some other guys have been struggling a little bit to do that. Kyle Smalley evidently is not one. He won last week at Darlington. 5 car also won at Darlington. Finally, Kyle Larson deserved to win at Darlington so many times before. Should have won there this summer. Should have won there 2021 too. Yeah, that video game move on the last lap after he led like I think like probably 70% of that race. Also his championship year, 2021. Wish they had the same gearboxes as they do. I wish I had the same gearboxes on these cars as they did the old gens. I do like the H pattern shifter. I think H pattern takes a little bit more skill to do, but I see why they want sequential. A little bit faster, more gears, so they have to shift at tracks they weren't shifting before. As there goes a 99 around off of Weaver's bumper, and he goes back up in the track, and he just kills Weaver. Gets him again, and this has caused a huge pileup back here. Duke is in it. Allison goes through the grass. These guys couldn't stop in time for it. What has happened here? Oh, that is, who was that? That might have been Brad Peters, who just got destroyed from that. What happened? Weaver might have gotten too close to him. Yep. I don't know. See, he's definitely coming up to him. That's Weaver. Yeah, that's Weaver more than anything else. It's side drafting really close. And then the 99 comes across his nose. Weaver probably thought right here he's going to make it. Then the 99 is going to say, no, I'm going to come back and get you. He's sliding, has it locked down, can't do anything. Lucks down, and there it goes right into Weaver's pass. The 05 gets involved. Michael Anthony gets involved. Caden Henry Oaks sees the C's part. I don't know who that is going through the grass. There goes the Energizer Bunny off of the car, and you saw the hood flipping down the track. I want to see Caden Henry Oaks' view of this. Anthony has some pretty good damage, too. Ooh. Oh, he got a little bit of damage. I think he didn't get lucky. Never mind. He took a little bit. I don't think it's too bad. Oh, never mind. I take that back. That is destroy the right front of that car. He will definitely be waiting for that to be fixed. And these guys did come down pit road as I was looking at that. Michael Dorsey has not, so he's going to come down pit road and lose the lead. Probably, maybe even go a lap down, fixing the damage. It just depends on what he decides to do with it. There we go. So let's see how long he waits. But, alright, dang, lights have already gone off on the pace car here, so this is going to mess with their hitting again. As they're not even in the room to do it. Dang it, I was going to do that too. Brad Peters just said, yay, he's one of the cars that got wrecked out in that affair. How I feel sometimes, man. Spend all that time just to be wrecked out, and you're just like, well, there's no point in doing this. How I feel about super speedways. His car will pull in here. Walker Thomas will lead them back to green as green flag is in the air. We are underway here again. Guys all come off the green for they're pretty good. They're all over each other though because it's a restart. As Dorsey, he is actually coming off of pit road. That right front still does not look good. He is one lap down, however. Probably going to go 2 laps down. Kirker is having to deal with the 3-wide ordeal at the moment. He does find a spot in line though. Smalley's just going to go where they aren't. It's kind of working for him too. It's what you have to do sometimes. Just go where these guys aren't running. Just be like, no, I might be faster down here, so let's just do it. As they are bouncing off each other back here, looking at Brian Jones, Walker Thomas, McKee, Kirker. I don't want to say this wrong. Always get the 32 wrong. Josh Duke. For some reason, I want to say it's somebody else. It's because of the number that was ran in another league. That's where I'm getting it from. Ooh, that was close. But we'll actually go on board here with Walker Thomas for one lap because I do need to run and get something very quickly. It's not going to take me long, though, at all. As I am back here now, so we can go right back to the normal view as Walker is now having to deal with Lindgren on his outside. Lindgren will get to the outside of him if Walker fights him. I don't know if he will or not. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to fight him early on, but I wouldn't burn up your tires right now. Lindgren's been one of the guys that's been staying a little bit higher on the track. I've noticed that. Look at Kyle Smalley. From the back all the way to 6th. That is a good drive for him so far. We are a little bit less than halfway in the race, but that's still a very good run that he's put together for himself. Oh, Fadzy's going to slide up in front of Doghouse. Doghouse will get to his outside. Bad for him. You guys are all stacked up. This looks like almost a Daytona with how the guys are running almost right behind each other, literally. I don't know why they're this close. They're kind of cutting it close. And where did Kohler go? Kohler, there he is again. I used to be what Kohler was, blinking all the time, so I know how that feels. Connection most of the time is actually pretty good, though. As he just had that thing plant in the corner. I don't know if y'all saw how fast he just turned down that hill. That car just planted and just went straight down. That's what you want to see sometimes from this car. Good Lord, that thing just shot down to the bottom. Did not expect that one bit. This is early in the run. It's only like 10-ish laps and fresh tires. So these guys could be burning their tires off early on. That's why you've seen some of them lose positions, but they'll get it back later. I'm a long run driver more than anything else. They see the point in fighting sometimes for a spot. Unless it's a draft heavy track, then I do see the point in fighting for it. Lindgren might lose the lead here to Kohler because Kohler's trying to get it from him here. Too. He's going to have to watch for Walker there on the bottom. Walker could really mess with him now. Kohler's going to have one eye in front, one eye looking back. It's going to be pretty bad for him soon if he's not careful. Walker's not close enough to really make a real move on him yet. Don't worry too much. I think Kohler's running the bottom because he might be getting a little bit loose, sending it in there a little bit deeper to get that right front heated up. If y'all have ever had, like, I have, like, destroyed my toe, like how I've been, like, peeling the nail and stuff a bit off, so I'm trying to like deal with that right now. It's definitely messed up. As these guys are still going at it. Definitely forward here. Let's let the camera explore where we should go. I'm gonna go back to Brian Jones, who is currently sitting in 7th. Everybody's relatively close to each other, which has surprised me. And they stay relatively close throughout the whole run, too. I saw that in the first one. Hurt. JR is about to get, and there he goes in the wall. Now, one thing too, Shothouse did a good job of it. When guys get in the wall like that, yeah, it was definitely darker early on. When guys get in the wall like that, it's really hard to not run them over because they slow down so much. But Shothouse did a really good job of avoiding JR there and not hitting him. I've saw guys get, absolutely demolished when they do that. And I've been just destroyed. I've been one of the cars that have been destroyed before. Probably done the destroying at one point. I just can't think of a time off my top of my head that I did the destroying when somebody did that. Pretty clean iRacer overall. I've only gotten somebody one time, and they deserved every bit of it. I did not feel bad for it one bit. Wow, I think he lost a couple of positions here. He's not back where he was before, but he's just going to probably gain them back here. Side note, tomorrow's the first NFL game. I think it's, what, Chiefs versus Lions. Yes, Chiefs versus Lions. Mahomes and Jared Goff facing off. Jared Goff, out of all the players, went from LA to take him to the Super Bowl to then dropping off, then went to Detroit, did mediocre his first season, did better his second season. Now people are talking about Detroit being a serious team to actually not mess with. No, Jamal Williams broke Barry Sanders' rushing record. That's also with one less game that Barry Sanders had, though. He had a 16-game season. Jamal had a 17-game season. I do like Jamal, though. I'm a Steelers fan, however, so I don't get to say much about it. As Walker's going to try to get the lead for a second there. Lindgren's going to fight back out on his outside. Go up, side draft him, go down again. Walker doesn't get this pass done. He may lose multiple positions, and I think he possibly will because he's not clear of Lindgren. He needs to get up behind him. You can honestly get a little bit closer, too, and I think he starts to do that now. He's clear of him. He's going to slide right in front of him, too. Lindgren's trying to get to the outside. Drivers like the outside. So if I'm Walker Thomas, I'm not giving him the outside. I'm riding it all the way to the wall and cutting his line off. It may not be the line that I want to run, but he's getting a big run off the top of the corner because of that. So you got to go up there and cut it off right, just like that. Make sure he has nowhere else to go with it. He completely bails out of the throttle too. All right. I know who Gus Johnson is. Y'all need to listen to him. Kohler is going to try to get to inside of Lindgren. So Lindgren's went from first to third in the span of, what, 2 laps there now? It's not looking too well for him. Hayden in your Oaks, I'm surprised he's even running. I mean, he's running, I mean, not bad lap. How in the world is he not running? He's not running horrible lap times either. And that's amazing with how smashed in that right front is. I mean, it's just, I guarantee you he's got some steering damage too. I don't know how that thing's still turning. It honestly maybe have made his car better because it probably made it tighter so he can actually get up a little bit higher. I don't know how in the world he's turning still. That's just hard to do. Iverson definitely did something with their update because I keep getting a little bit of choppy stuff. Every now and then, it's not bad. Child House going to try to get a spot from, I believe that's Marcus Adams. Child House has not been running where he was before. Oh my gosh. I don't know how these guys are not getting in the wall. Tell you what, watching Larson though at Darlington, when he didn't, I mean, everybody got in the wall at Darlington. Everybody had a Darlington stripe, but looking at how close they were running, especially Larson, how close he was running off the wall. I mean, every time he went up there, I thought he was going to hit it. I mean, he was that close to the wall. It was ridiculous. I was amazed just watching him drive. That man can drive. But this year he's been the definition of checkers or wreckers. He has, I don't know how many DNFs. I know he has the most DNFs out of the field, no doubt. He said it himself that a lot of races have been lost this year because of driver error, and it's very true. Made some really stupid mistakes. Could have been easily avoided. Nope, you're not open the wrong thing there. Walker is having to deal. Kohler has been slowly working his way up every single time. Just slowly marching up there. Kohler does get that lead from those, I believe. Looking at that, I was kind of trying to scan throughout the field for most of the action. Everybody's gotten spaced out now. Dorsey, Peters, and Ramirez have left, however. Ooh. What in the world is that? Kohler's going to have to deal with Walker here. He's not going to let him go. He's been not fighting super hard, but he's been staying around everybody else here. Biggest mover, though, is Kyle Smalley. He's up 12 positions, currently sitting in 5th, so he's gained some positions. Lindgren's falling back. Schaldhaus has lost 7. He qualified on the pole. Just be the car's not handling. Yeah, it's definitely gotten brighter on this track again. So it went dark. I knew something changed with the lighting, so the track definitely had some shade for a couple of laps. That could easily affect with some drivers. A side note, they are building a micro center about 2.5 hours from me in Charlotte. I live in Virginia, but I live close to the North Carolina and Tennessee border. Tell y'all what, when that place opens, you can bet I'm gonna be down there the first day that it opens. I will buy all my PC parts from there if I can't buy them cheaper somewhere else. Because, oh my gosh, Micro Center is going to be like heaven for me. I really need a life. Good Lord. Times like right now, you realize, what are you doing with your life? But that looks, mess with me right there. Similar paint scheme. Walker's not letting Kohler go. He's going at it for I don't know how many laps. Kirker is just kind of lurking back there in the background. Seeing this go on, these guys have just been crossing each other over. Walker's not able to wash up there. He probably would have loved to, but if he did, he'd be taken out. Guys are so dang close on each other. Oh, he's just going to get clear there, but right down to the bottom goes Kohler, so just crossing each other over. I don't know if he's going to get... I mean, it seems like once one of them gets ahead, the other one just drives back down under him as Kohler wiggles there on the bottom. That was going to end up really bad if he did not catch that. As these guys have gotten past halfway, we will take our second commercial break. It will be side by side, however, so y'all will not be missing anything.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, or the scary side of iRacing. As we are back live here, Walker's gotten a little bit of a larger lead over Brendan Kohler, stretched out to almost a second here. 88 laps of 140 done. Expect pit stops, maybe lap 100 possibly. As I have magically found a full Martinsville race replay of Jeff Gordon's last win. I was at that race. I will never forget that. You guys got pretty spaced out though, so it's really calmed down very quickly. Really, really quickly. I really wish I had stayed after that race. Gordon went up in the stands and was high-fiving people and giving them fist bumps, and I had left. Really wish I did not leave. I was 12 years old at the time. 12 or 13. See what young me, even today, is shout houses in the wall. Even 20-year-old me today, if I could do anything to meet Jeff Gordon. There we go. McKee and Shothouse get involved. That'll bring out the second caution today. Pretty good damage on McKee. Broken the steering possibly. No, surprisingly not. Looks like his wheel's still straight. Doesn't even give a notification for a wreck either, though. I noticed Shothouse kind of wiggle. Shothouse just gets loose. I think he's trying to find a way around Houston, and then doesn't realize that McKee's down there, and he comes down into McKee and just clips him enough that it puts him in the wall. Yeah, so that's on Shothouse there. Again, it doesn't look like it's intentional. He got some pretty good right side damage also. But we'll send everybody down pit road. And this may be the last pit stop of the race while these guys are doing that. I'm gonna take some more time to get some Gatorade because I made that great mistake of running out of it and also about choking on it and dying. Just got back in time, and Walker Thomas, he will win that race off of pit road. So at the same time, my internet says, nah, we're not going to do this anymore. What? Whirl? Let me see. That's not what you want to do. He pit on lap 85, so that's going to hurt his tires. What in the world was that? And one thing, Tubman, he had just came down pit road, so that just like basically wasted the tires that he just got. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. That was just weird. He just kind of came out of nowhere. What? It's very interesting, though. It's just very, very interesting. It's definitely gotten a lot brighter on this backstretch. I mean, a lot brighter. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot brighter here. Track time's probably gone up to. Do not have a thing to show what it was when it started. I didn't pull that up at the start. Beavers down pit road. Shroudhouse, not surprised he's still on pit road. I think Shroudhouse actually won a lap. He might have went 2 laps down. No. Well, I think that's more than a lap. He needs to refresh here in a minute. It's going to refresh. I believe he is a lap down. No, it's putting him more than a minute behind. But I think when they go around the start-finish line, we'll show him a lap down. Lights are already off on the pace car, though. So, Walker Thomas will lead them back to green. Kyle Smalley is on his outside. As Counter-Strike also has a new ranking system. If y'all know that game coming out with Counter-Strike 2 running on the Source 2 engine. Like a big thing that people are talking about, like, oh my gosh, it's running on the Source 2 engine. I do have Counter-Strike 2. I got the beta for it. I ended up having it for like a month and didn't even realize it. So it's definitely very nice. I will say that much. Still working out some bugs with it. That's why it's in beta still. But definitely a game worth looking at CS2 wise. Counter-Strike Global Offensive not that bad overall, but green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Oh, we got somebody in the wall. That is, I believe, the 15, I think, was in the wall there. Nathan Yarnell, I think it was him. Didn't get a notification for a wreck, however. I do think, yeah, it was the 15. Nathan Yarnell, so he's up here towards the front. Comes down. Just a little bit. Jones is there. Overcorrects. Puts J.R. Houston in the wall. The 27 runs into him. I don't know if that's worth a caution there, but they threw one. That's not going to hurt anybody, though. But me personally, I wouldn't have thrown a caution. I mean, they definitely did get in the wall, but it's not like anybody went completely sideways. Now, do they have... You got to be kidding me. Wow. Just checking Discord to make sure I'm not missing anything that's on in the chat. Brad Peters there. Yeah, none of those guys that were in there, or that we're talking about mid-race interviews, are in there. Well, that sucks. They just want to do those as kind of a joke. And I said I'd do them too. It's like, all right, I'll do it, but none of them ran room for it. Let's go under a quick ad break here because there's not really much to talk about. That was a really short run there. Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by-request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing.
Into the first corner, driver number 1 looking to the inside of 2. Second place, sets himself up for a pass going into this carousel. Is he going to be able to get his nose in there? No.
As we are back here at 9, or actually going to be 100 laps, 40 left in the race here. I don't know why in the world it's decided to do that, but pace car is in. Walker Thomas will lead them back to green as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. See, Walker Thomas gets away with the lead. That'll leave 39 laps left. I don't know how this is going to go. Kyle Small, he's came from all the way from the back to second. Currently, Marcus Adams going to try to rip that outside line. Saw somebody say, go balls out, 31 and 5. If diecast fans actual. I wonder what that is. Now you got me interested. Diecast fans. I'm going to look that up now. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's literally diecast. Okay. As we got another caution here, as this is towards the back. Brian Jones has gone around. Somebody probably tried to come up, and they were... No, he just gets loose on his own. Oh, Weaver saw his life flash before his eyes. He does a good job locking it down, doesn't hit anything, so... This will be another set of tires, and he'll be fine. That's just getting loose and riding up on the wall a little bit further. That's why I don't really like getting up that far. I feel a little bit nervous when I do that. Because you can't really put the power down like you need to. There should be no... It's faking out. Yeah, oh, man, some of them pit... I wouldn't be coming down pit. We don't have enough laps in your tires to do anything. And if you're back there a little bit more, I could maybe see you kind of rolling the dice, but I don't really see a point in pitting this late in the race. Anyway, how's y'all today? There's like, what, 8 of y'all in here? I about flipped out today because I thought I had a project due tomorrow, but luckily I didn't. I have to go do some SI stuff. I'm a student instructor, so I'm actually employed by the college that I go to. Because the college pays me, again, to work there for them. Which is pretty cool. Like 11, I get a stipend, which is like $11 an hour, which actually in Virginia, it's not legal pay, but they get away with it because it's a stipend. Yes, iRacing definitely messed up something because I am choppy. They did just roll out a huge update. I know they added, I think they added the Cadillac to the 87s. Added something else too. I know they added a lot more cars, that's all I know. A lot of cars I don't drive. I need to drive. Ugh. Saw a photo of somebody's arm. You're going to the nurse, and they were missing the vein a lot, so she's got bruises all over her arm. Luckily, with me, I have a vein that is very freaking visible on my elbow, on the inside of it, so it is not hard to miss at all. Oh, sorry, it's hard, very, very hard to miss. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Okay. I don't even know. That is one of the weirdest news stories I've ever saw. The only reason... I'm telling you that because I'm a... ahead and tell you what. I'm getting kind of annoyed by our local news saying these kids are fast that are running like... whatever. Anyway, pace car pulls in here, though. Walker Thomas will lead them back to green as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. I do not want to be recording this. Get back to what I was going on a rant about later. Oh, there we go. We got it wrecked down the backstretch. 32. Oh, Allison just destroyed himself. Jones is in it again. Shildhouse is in it. Looks like the backstretch is now not a place people want to make it through. Saw something happen. Kohler gets loose. Comes down to Kyle. Kyle then gets in the wall. Then he clips Kohler again. Kohler gets Shildhouse. How does Allison get involved in this? Allison just tries to... Oh, my gosh. Allison just tries to avoid too fast. I don't know if he just lost the car because he jerked the wheel so hard. That is odd. I think he's... Oh, my gosh. They have destroyed that car. That is a big pile up on the back. This is going to take out a lot of drivers. Marcus Adams actually got the lead on that. But back to what I was saying on that, kids are running like times that I would absolutely destroy them in high school. And I went to the high school around them, so that's why I'm saying the local news. They're thinking that these kids are fast, and I was like, when I was in high school, I was absolutely destroying these people. I mean, absolutely destroying these people in there. And they're thinking that kids that run like times that are a lot slower than what I ever ran are fast. So nah, that's not true. I only graduated 2 years ago, 2021, so it's kind of annoying seeing that, to be honest with you. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just so much faster than them, and I hate when people think that they're fast and I can actually whoop them. I was kind of cocky, but whatever. I don't think we'll see anybody come down pit road yet, except the guys that got damaged. Really bad. Yeah, Allison is done. Anthony is still in the race, but what is that pit stall sign? What's that character from? I never watched that TV show. I don't know where the character's from, but I know the character's face is so dang familiar. I can't even think it. I know the character, but I can't think of the name. What's the name of it? I don't know. I have to figure it out later. Believe so. They'll get the green with on lap 112, I believe. I think so. Okay, that is odd to see. Ooh. All right, all right, all right. If y'all all know Kevin Hart, that's where it's from. Yep, we'll get... Okay, this track is getting dark again, so I keep seeing getting a lot of swings of track temp here. When it goes shaded, it's just going to cool it down just a little bit. It's not going to cool it down a lot. You drop by like 2 degrees, but again, 2 degrees is a big change for these cars, and they're so dang sensitive to track temps. It can get them stupid loose. They're not careful. And now it's bright again, so yeah, this track is definitely taking some track temp changes here. But pace car will pull in. Starter will have the flag in his hand. Marcus Adams will lead them back to green as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Guys come off the 3 and 4 there, as I almost say. They come out there clean. Lindgren, Caden, Henry Oaks are involved in an accident here again. These guys have saved the wrecking for the end of the race. I don't know what happened. I think Lindgren just went sideways out of nowhere. Let's see what happened here. That was odd. I mean, they just went sideways completely out of nowhere. So Caden gets loose on the top line. He bobbles, goes down a little bit. And there's where Lindgren goes sideways. Caden gets hit by a whirl, locks it down. I was wondering why Lindgren was in the grass and I didn't see anybody around him. That's why, because Caden got loose on the top. Guys are evidently saving wrecking for later. Let's see if he could be taking. Well, I mean, there's only what? 16 people in the race. I mean, there's 6 people in the race, but the way cautions have been going, these tires are really not getting that worn out at all. My life has now gotten to a point that I'm debating on downloading Tinder again. And I said again. Yes, I don't even care at this point. So we got split decision. These are guys that were in the wreck earlier, though. Some of them were getting some more damage fixed on wet. On it. Can't hurt, so might as well just do it. Get damage fixed. Get a little bit more speed back in the car. It's 9 in chat and 4 Pontiac Grand Prix. The 87 lineup, yeah, I was gonna say, and thought it was the Cadillac for some reason. I don't know why I said Pontiac. Who have we had in NASCAR? I know we had Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Pontiac. I think Cadillac ran at one point, like 1 year. Cadillac, Dodge was in NASCAR at one point. They got a they literally won a championship and then dipped. Dodge. Really? I think that's everybody who's been in NASCAR before. I'm pretty sure it's everybody there. Yeah. No, NASCAR, let's just start talking about this now. I know for tires, they had Hoosier tires, and then they had Goodyear. That was a big debate, and they ended up going to Goodyear. Some of the drivers just were not happy with it, really. With Hoosier tires, they didn't really trust them. They didn't let the drivers choose. It's a big fight for that. Makes, yes, Zeke makes for like the makes that have been in NASCAR. That's what I can think of that have been in NASCAR overall. I'm talking about like the Cup Series side. I'm pretty sure Cadillac was in NASCAR though. It was way back in the like 80s or 70s, I think. It's Plymouth Hudson. Oh, you're going way back. Oh my gosh, this man like went back to the dawn of the freaking century. Have you named it? They raced. I mean, definitely. And they probably raced like the crappiest cars in the world. I was really thinking about like more like official cars that were raced. But I will say I kind of do wish like Plymouth and like these older companies were still around because they designed some pretty cool cars. I will say though, you know, when I was younger, I looked at like these old design cars. They look really cool. And then you see Japan in the 90s. They went nuts on their car designs, and that is the 90s cars from Japan is probably the best designed cars I've ever saw. I mean, they just look amazing. I would love like a Supra Skyline from that era, WRX from that era. I actually drive a 2015 WRX, but tell you what, Japan in the 90s, they knew what they were doing with their car looks. Just holy crap, dude, they look nice. And they are so sought after today. But pace car will pull in here, though. Marcus Adams, Jared Wisham will lead them back to green as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway. 24 laps left here. They make it out of 3 and 4 that lap. I'm going to say it. They might wreck after this. I'm going to say Worrell cuts almost the nose of JR off. It will be 22 laps left here. I don't know if they will stay completely straight, however. Sounds weird to say. Okay, that's amazing timing. Somebody just came online on my Steam. That was something else. Very glad you all can't see my Steam notifications. I used to have it doing a display capture, like it'll literally capture everything. I have it set to a game capture now, and thank God I've done that. It would drive y'all nuts. My Steam will constantly pop up in the bottom right. This person started playing this game. No idea why either. But these guys are playing iRacing. You can also buy iRacing on Steam. That's not recommended though. As these guys are all over each other. Oh, actually, Kirker pit lap 114. He has fresher tires, so he can actually go a little bit harder here, and he's sitting in 5th too. So if this goes green to the end, this could actually work out for Kirker. Bring that Yee paint scheme. I know they ran that 2 years ago at Bristol. I think it was Brandon Jones who had that paint scheme. Xfinity Series. But Walker's going to try to get the lead back from Adams. Walker's been fighting for the lead all this time today. Keeps losing, and then he gets it back. I mean, it's been a fight for a lead pretty much all the whole entire time here. Guys, about 3 wide back here around Shothouse. It's Lindgren and Weaver. Some of them are still in the race. I know some of them are definitely not because they took such hard damage. Saw some guys literally nose it into the wall and rip the front end off, so there's nothing to be done. I don't know. I mean, Kirker might not be in a bad position, but oh my gosh. Everybody has migrated to that high line, and Marcus is still trying to hold off Walker here. And Walker has, I think, like, I mean, same tires as him, so they got heat cycles on him. Kirker is not running. He's not running faster either with his fresher tires. But one thing, too, Walker, he needs to get up on Adams. If he's gonna try to pass Adams, he needs to really commit and get up next to him. Because he keeps giving him a lot of room on entry. A lot of room on entry, and that's letting him get a wide arc into the corner like he needs to. No, run him up higher. Oh, I don't mean turn him, man. That's Aiden Kirker is around. Looking at my screen on my left. Oh, McKee runs into JR in the back. Weaver is involved also, so Aiden Kirker, who had tires, may have been in a good position. He wrecks out and rips the left front of that car off. Went for a pass on World, got loose, overcorrected. Oh, gosh. JR had nowhere to go. JR then goes into the wall, and then McKee, you can maybe see it right there, runs over him. But that is a hard hit. That's when you don't want the grip. Actually, you know, he has a fender on that car. I guarantee you his steering's broken, though. Wow, okay. Doesn't seem like it's broken. I mean, it looks like it's destroyed, though, from a visual point of view. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. If that was me, the car would be broken. What? Pit stops. Oh no, some people are staying out. I'd stay out here. 15 laps left. It's not worth it for me to come down pit road. Nah, I don't want tires. You need tires, you idiot, Lightning McQueen. No tires, only gas. Ugh. Wow. Jesus Christ, Bruce. LA. So Marcus will be the first one off. Okay. Oh no. He comes out 5th though on freshies. This could end up really bad for Walker, but we'll go on our last commercial break here. Side by side, but y'all won't be missing anything because it is under caution.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive. Especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. Oh, hey, bro, we're gonna see a good old, I don't know what's going on. Good old sprint to finish there. What? Okay, never mind. All right, pace car pulls in here. Walker Thomas, Brendan Kohler as green flag is back in the air. 12 laps left here. Now 11. Walker gets out to a really good start. This is what he honestly really needed, too, because people have been all over him, whopping him for position. As another caution is out, we got a spin in the back with Shouthouse here. No notification for a wreck happened, though. Just loosen the high line, chases it down, and JR happens to be there, spins, lets it go. It's back to rolling. I mean, just to loosen the top line. We saw it multiple times before. I think Marcus is going to finish this one out. I don't know. I mean, he's back to 4th now, but he has fresh tires. But if he doesn't get time to do it, well, that's going to suck for him. I have saw that before. Anyway, how was y'all's day? Who y'all think is going to win this race? Also, thank you for getting us to 900 subscribers. Never thought we'd get to this point. It's amazing. I'm gonna say it, pretty people make me mad. Yeah, I said it. People are talking about Shane Van Gisbergen in the Ghost Cup Series Discord. Just seeing that over there. John Hunter Nemechek, he was announced for the 42 of Legacy Motorsports. He's switching to Toyota. I tell you what, Rick Ware Racing, I don't understand how I'm going, sitting at the plant on my break, checking in. Oh, so I guess you work at... I guess he works in a nuclear power plant. I am absolutely terrified of those. Very good for energy, but I do not like the idea of them. Why? Because when they blow up, oh, it goes bad. Or when they have a meltdown. I also don't know how to store the waste, but it's definitely a viable option because it's small waste, but the problem is it stays radioactive for literally ever. What? Okay, that's weird. No, there's somebody else I know who works at a power. Really? Okay, I hate the internet sometimes. Meanwhile, in America, yep, Yo, we have a British exchange student. And I asked her what she thought about Americans. She said, no, you normally think that we're pretty loud. And I was like, I see that. He's in a really quiet area. Yeah, 100-mile radius would be decimated pretty much, but it pays good. Yeah, that's why I don't like nuclear power. AKA Chernobyl. Fukushima. US has had a couple meltdowns too. Because when they go bad, they go bad. I know USS Thresher was a nuclear-powered submarine who actually got sunk. Actually, tell you the story about that later, but green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Walker Thomas is with the race lead right now. USS Thresher going to do it really quickly. It was a U.S. submarine powered by nuclear power. It was sunk in the 1960s. It was found in the 1980s by a guy who found the Titanic. They said they were going to find the Titanic as a cover-up for monitoring the nuclear submarine and see if the stuff had started leaking out into the ocean. It didn't. So they found it, just checked on it, and they went and actually found the Titanic. But it was a whole cover-up. They were not going to find the Titanic to begin with. They needed a reason to go out there and for people to not be suspicious of them going out there, as I think we got somebody around, as that is the 32 and the 19. Also, Josh Duke and Caden Henry Oaks. Oh, that's just... As I have hit... Nope, I do not want to look at that. Hit something here. So it looks like the 32 just comes down. Comes down, Shout House is there, and Caden has nowhere to go, and he's involved in it too. Wrong place, wrong time for them. Stay safe, my friend. Nuclear stuff would scare me. It would really scare me. I don't know why. I just makes me nervous. Won't let me be. Where is this one at? I don't know. Caden's got some damage. Don't expect to see anybody coming in. Lap's taken down there. This might be Walker's race to lose. That's what it is. I couldn't think of the name. English is not my first language. I have not got to watch anime, not know how long, and I want to keep watching it, but I'm so freaking busy. Let's talk about something else in the race. You got me on submarines. I know that actually it's not a submarine, but the deepest shipwreck was, I think, off the coast of well, no, I think it was off the coast of Japan. I don't know. It's somewhere. And it's actually deeper than the Titanic, and they found it. Like, I mean, it's super deep in there. What's the name of it? Actually, saw it. It was in World War II. It was a Samuel B. Roberts off the Philippine Sea. 2,621 feet of water. they found it, and they could actually see like the charges for like death stuff and the actual bullets that were being loaded on to the guns when it sank. They decided to kind of get away from that because they were still active death charges. So it literally could have blew them up if they got near it. They had not been set off at all. But definitely stuff. I'm very amazed by like just finding stuff, and I don't know why. I've always found it interesting. I was actually an environmental science major when I went to college. I backed out of that. Kind of glad I did because I was not going to deal with the math. Oh my lord. Ooh, did I hate that math. Not my cup of tea. Today's subject. Side note, if y'all have not heard of Flatline by Nikki H, not Flatline, Clockwork 4 by Nikki HD, you need to look at it. Because it is some of the best stuff you will ever see. The Clockwork, or the Flatline is not as good because you can see parts where they just didn't spend time to render players in, and I just that gets with me. But I can't even complain because I couldn't even do 10% or 1% of what she did. That is Rentosaka. No, Rentosaka. That's who it is. Walker's gonna walk. Okay, I need to ban you for that joke. Don't even make cringy jokes here. Almost similar paint schemes. Just got me confused there a little bit to begin with. But Walker Thomas, Brian Jones, your front two start is on Walker Thomas. As green flag is in the air, we are underway here again. Green-white checkered attempt. Say caution is out again. That Shot House is not having a good night at all. He's coming up, and Lindgren gets loose, clips Shot House. Lindgren then goes in the wall. Shot House is gonna. Whoa! Oh my lord! I don't know how he missed that. That car should have been nosed into the wall there. Brings out another caution though. 10th caution tonight. Sorry, I'm full of dad jokes. Can't help it. Yeah. Meant to ask. Do not when they're coming out with. Okay. Every day I lose hope in the internet. I really do. How does that get? Whatever. Gosh. Valve count to 3. Amazing. What do y'all want to talk about? Because you keep wrecking here, and I want to talk about something towards the end, but it seems like I try to get something going there, not able to keep it straight. It's the exit of 2 that they're getting bid on. Sometimes there's some funny things. Sometimes there's some stuff I wonder why it's here. Dumbledore asked calmly. Oh, that is... I remember this. Oh, God. I remember that. The Fate Stay Night, not Heaven's Feel, the normal one, Unlimited Blade Works. How Shiru gets results. Caden, if you're watching this, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. Tell you what, I kind of watched all that series, and it was kind of a letdown. Animation's pretty good, though, I will say that much. Pace car will pull in here, though. That's not the flag that I wanted. Starter will have the flag in his hand. Walker, Thomas, Brendan Color will lead them back to green as green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Green-white checkered attempt number 2. As though they're going to be wrecking here as caution is out again. Big one in the back. Weaver, Whirl, JR, Aiden Kirker are all involved in this. They were just about to take the white flag. High line there. JR overcorrects, gets a Whirl. Kirker has nowhere to go. Weaver has nowhere to go. Oh, Lindgren had nowhere to go. Allison scoots through all of that. I'm going to bring out the 11th caution here, so they just cannot get the white flag that they need. Same if the intent was to disappear, a good bit of the population would perish, would not know how to function. I think the internet's good at the same time. Also, I don't know. It depends on what you go on. Reddit 50/50 will scar you. You don't know what that is. You do not want to know what it is. But waiting for him to get past him again. It has scissors as a weapon. Okay. We will not see anybody come down pit road unless they have damage from that wreck. I would not see him come down pit road at all. No need for it. Dude. My man, you just got kicked in the balls. Oh god, you're dead. I need to swear. Oh, it's on Netflix. Okay. Geared toward older teens. Okay, whatever. I forgot Netflix has this stuff on there. Crap. I would have forgotten. I do not know what the password is to it. Well, I have made a mistake. That's gonna suck. I gotta figure this out now. What is the password to this? Oh my god. There's 4 seasons of that too. Wow. This is interesting. Lights have gone off on... Ah, crap. Lights have gone off on the pace car here. They will get the green flag this time by. This may be the last green-white checkered attempt. Maybe the last one. Moshima. Pace car pulls in here. Walker Thomas will lead them back to green. Green flag is back in the air. Walker gets up to a pretty good lead. Hopefully these guys can get the white flag here. Get around a little bit more. Going into 3 and 4, 3 wide on the exit. Marcus Adams is going to squeeze it on the outside there. One more time around here for Walker Thomas. Marcus Adams has the fresh tires. Does he have enough time to capitalize on him, though? Walker's going to run that high line. Marcus is going to run it, too. Going to gain a lot of time on Walker. Walker's going to have to defend coming in 3 and 4, most likely. Marcus gets a little bit loose, slides on the track. What can he do coming out of 4 here? He's going to run the high line. Walker gives it to him. Marcus, he's got to keep his foot in it, but it looks like Walker Thomas, he's going to have enough space here, and Walker Thomas, he will come home with the win here over Marcus Adams. Jared Wishing 3rd, Brian Jones 4th, and Kyle Smalley 5th as they are wrecking after the checkered flag. Full Metal Alchemist. We'll watch Walker burn it down here. As that was the burnout there from him. I'm going to pull up the finishing order here now. Make sure I actually hit race results instead of qualifying results. We will interview the top 3 drivers. We'll bring in Jared Wishing here. Hey, Jared, this is Bryson in the booth. Got a copy, man?
I got you.
Man, so you come home 3rd. You fall just a little bit short here. But, how did the race go for you overall, though?
It was a very interesting race because I was in several wrecks, and I have no clue how my car is up here and able to finish third. So it's kind of a surprise to be up here with how much damage we have, but we'll definitely take it.
And so, well, then did you surprise to be here, or were you surprised to be finishing where you were, or with the damage that you had? Like, no, how did the damage affect the car?
It really didn't really affect it too much, except that on the restarts, it seemed like it was down a little bit of power and on the straight line, but in the corners, it would fly, and I guess that's where I was able to stay up here. But I think I ran right in the back of, I think it was Nathan that got wrecked in the three, and it killed the front end, but it looks like they fixed it pretty good.
So what do you think you needed there at the end to make a run towards the uh, finish there? Or is it pretty much just the damage was too much on the car?
I feel like I would have had a better chance, but I absolutely blew the final restart, so that pretty much sealed that up, and I just had to fight Brendan and Brian there to stay third.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, but before I forget, I want to apologize to Caden because I think I kind of turned him earlier in the race, and I definitely did not mean to do that. But I'd like to thank Diecast fans for being on the car, all my teammates at Elite for the work, because I definitely was off at the beginning of the race, and they helped me try to figure it out with all the damage and everything. And thank you for broadcasting and all the league admins for doing this.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job tonight finishing third, man.
Thank you.
That was Jared Wishing, the third place driver. We will bring in the second place driver and Marcus Adams. Hey, Marcus, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you fall just a little bit short there. What do you think you needed at the end, or is it just needed some more laps there to get those tires to start working for you?
Probably needed to race with a group of people that actually know how to race instead of a bunch of people who just constantly wreck all the time.
And so towards it was definitely wreck fest there towards the end. So do you feel like if you would have had more green flag laps, that this race probably could have been won by you?
Yeah, I probably would have had it if we had a few more green flag laps in a row, but I shouldn't have pitted whenever I did that last time. So I screwed up right there, but I don't see how we can have like long green runs and then the end just be a complete joke, but I don't know.
I was going to say, so what was the hardest thing for people to deal with? Because it seems like everybody was running the high line, but it might have not been the smartest idea for some of them.
I don't know. I have no clue. The setup sucks, but it really gives no people an excuse to be trash cans and just wreck each other. But it is what it is.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Gotta thank Under Pressure, gotta thank you, gotta thank Jared Wishing, gotta thank House Smalley, gotta thank everyone. Good to Walker.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good second place tonight, man.
Thank you.
Marcus Adams, he's not too happy with how the end of the race went. I don't blame him for that. Again, that's just going to happen sometimes. But we will bring in the race winner, Walker Thomas. Hey, Walker, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
I gotcha.
Man, so you come on with the win here. How nervous were you there in those final, 20-ish laps with having all those restarts there? And you did lose the lead on one restart, too.
Yeah, I was hoping we would just get it finished. I lost it on one of those restarts. Didn't know if I'd get it back, and then just kept piling up some good restarts and getting a little bit of a gap, and was able to keep it and bring home the win.
So were you nervous about Marcus there, because he had fresh tires? And if it was a little bit more, he may have got you. So were you just pretty much driving your heart out there at the end?
Yeah, I for sure was worried about everybody that pitted. I think I had like 3 or 4 people that were kind of a gap to him when Mark pitted. And if it went green, I definitely don't think I could have kept the lead. Tires would have meant too much, but kind of took a gamble. Hoped it went the way it did. Had some cautions and ended up working out. But yeah, I got pretty lucky to have the cautions I did. Gambling to stay out like that, it's not always a easy call to make, but I wanted to play it a little strategic, and it ended up working.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, I'm not going to keep you here any longer. Is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
yeah, just Under Pressure Power Washing for sponsoring the league this year. We really, really appreciate them hopping on board. It's been awesome to have a broadcast each and every week. Also, Diecast fans being on the car this week. Use their code to get $5 or $6 off shipping. I can't remember on Circle B. So everyone make sure they use that code, DFans. And then just my balls out racing teammates. Everybody always so supportive, and during the race we all work together pretty well. And yeah, shout out to Top 3, shout out to Mark and Jared. Jared's part of Diecast fans, so it was cool to bring Diecast fans home 1, 2, 3.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good win here tonight, though.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That was Walker Thomas, the race winner. I will go over the top 5 here and cut it a little bit short. So first, Walker Thomas. Second, Marcus Adams. Third, Jared Wishon. Fourth, Brian Jones. Fifth, Kyle Smalley. Not going to keep y'all here any longer because I have to do some SI stuff. So I will roll this animation and you all can go.